Ah, what a Super Bowl, huh? I love Super Bowl Sunday. It was a very great game, and when all was settled, when the final whistle sounded, it was the Kansas City Chiefs who took it. Wow! Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Patrick Mahomes. It's only his second year as a starter, and he pulled it out when they needed him to. Down by 10 points with about half the fourth quarter gone, but he pulled a rabbit out of his hat and did. They've been doing it all year. They've been coming from behind like this all season, including including in all three postseason games they played. Um, Mahomes earned himself the MVP for his efforts, well deserved, and of course, also congratulations go to Andy Reid. Andy Reid got a big monkey off his back. 21 years, he finally gets a ring. He had the most. I think I read he had the most wins or most games coached without a championship, but he finally got it. This is only his second appearance in the Super Bowl as a head coach. His only other one was Super Bowl 39 when he coached the Eagles, and so yeah, that's so he finally got that ring. And when there's congratulations, there's also blame, and you have to feel for Kyle Shanahan in this situation because here's the thing. Um, here's a few stats. According to what I read on ESPN that night, right after the game ended, when San Francisco was up 20-10 with over 7 minutes left in regulation, they had a 96.1% chance to win that Super Bowl. This was the second highest percentage for a team that ended up losing the game. The highest was 3 years ago yesterday when the Falcons had that big 28-3 lead and then blew that away. Blew it. That team had a 99.7% chance of winning. So in other words, they had the trophy. The one common thread between those two teams is Kyle Shanahan, because Kyle was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons that year in that Super Bowl, and he got a lot of heat. He got a lot of heat for that collapse, and he's been getting some for what happened Sunday. Matter of fact, his teams in the Super Bowl haven't scored a point in the fourth quarter. They have been outscored. I think I heard this correctly. A combined 49 to nothing in the fourth quarter of his Super Bowl appearances. That's not good. It's like the baton for blowing it went from Andy Reid to Kyle Shanahan. Now that he's an HC, so it's a shame. And some blame's gone to Jimmy G, which is unfair. I mean, the man got there, so you can't blame him for his efforts. He did his thing. But overall, many congratulations to the Chiefs. This this was their first Super Bowl appearance overall since winning Super Bowl four, and obviously their first Super Bowl win since then. So 50 years, long time. How about the state of Missouri? Because the Chiefs Super Bowl win came less than a year after the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup. So the state of Missouri is riding high, and before that, their one claim to fame as far as championship teams was the baseball Cardinals, who won a whole bunch of World Series. So you got the Blues and the Chiefs both winning less than a year apart. That is just amazing. And about the Super Bowl, I just have to. I can't talk about the Super Bowl without bringing up, well, the halftime show. Not just the halftime show, but all the women who performed. Yolanda Adams, Demi Lovato, J-Lo and Shakira. Demi, oh my God. Of course, we all heard about what happened with Demi. And to see her at the Grammys and to see her at the Super Bowl back-to-back Sundays, I'm just happy she's I'm just happy she's back on track, and she tore up that anthem. She showed out. She really did. And speaking of showing out, J-Lo and Shakira, whoo, oh my God. That's the best halftime ever. I'm being dead serious. That's the best halftime show ever. I've never really graded these halftime shows, but that is the best one ever. I loved it. J Lo and Shakira, they they just if there was a roof. If there was a roof at that stadium, they would have blown it off. They did. They did it. I'm dead serious with this. Any halftime show that comes after this will just pale in comparison. It will. It will just pale in comparison. Now, after the game itself and the aftermath, now a there are already people anointing Patrick Mahomes II as the exalted GOAT, the current GOAT. Now, this brings to me this brings to mind why I'm wearing this. Because 6 years ago today, I mean not 6 years ago, 9 years ago today, the current GOAT won his ring. This was 9 years ago today, February 6, 2011. And already Patrick's being put up there. Now he's good, but to paraphrase a saying that was uttered by a two-time WWE Hall of Famer who was in a Super Bowl commercial, to be the GOAT, you gotta beat the GOAT. He hasn't done that yet. That GOAT throne is still being occupied by one Aaron Charles Rodgers, and it's gonna be the case until either somebody knocks him off or he hangs it up. One of the two, not before. I said the Bible, well, actually the Ten Commandments say, "Thou shalt not worship false idols." I'm not gonna say Mahomes is false. He's good. He's not the GOAT yet. No. People did this with Brady, and he turned out to be a fraud. So I'm just saying. Don't put him up to that GOAT throne yet, because Rodgers is still on it. And he's been on it for the last decade. Regarding odds, I have to bring this up because every time a championship ends, the odds come out right after. And regarding Super Bowl 55, the odds have the Chiefs being favored to repeat. I don't know about San Francisco, and I think I saw on Sports Center last night they had like the top 6 teams favored to win Super Bowl 55. We weren't on it. I don't know why. I really don't know why. No, people are so biased against poor Rodgers. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm immensely happy for the Chiefs because this continues a trend of either first time champions or first time in a while champions. We've been seeing that was the whole case in all of 2019 pretty much. And I count, and of course, and this Super Bowl counts as the 2019 season. It was played in February 2020, but that was the case. We saw, what do we see? We saw the Blues win their first ever Stanley Cup. The Raptors won their first ever NBA championship. The Washington Nationals won their first ever World Series, and the Chiefs won their first Super Bowl in 50 years. So it was an amazing year. And now comes the off season, though, for hardcore football fans like me. Now comes the XFL. I am going to watch the XFL because I watched the original XFL in 2001, and I am excited for this new XFL, which is coming up in 2 days. This Saturday. I can't wait. I cannot wait. And it's a long off season. Only other really other big thing to look forward to in the NFL is the draft. Who's going to get who? And so that's that. That's my review of Super Bowl 54. It was a great Super Bowl. I will next be on YouTube with the March Madness, the NHL March Madness preview. That's going to be my first NHL video of the season. So, again, congratulations to the Chiefs, and have a good afternoon.